Good afternoon. My name is Tanmay Kayande, and for the last decade, I've been the trusted advisor for executives from startups to SMBs to enterprise scale organizations. I've found patterns in the architecture of those that lead their fields. I know because I've designed and developed their systems and processes using AI, platforms, models, and frameworks to positively affect billions of users. Now, I bring my insights to you. Welcome to session 6. What do you do when your prompt gives you an answer that's technically correct but also bland, generic, and uninspired? You could try rephrasing it, but today we're going to learn the powerful technique that forces the AI to think more broadly and creatively before giving you its final answer. By the end of this session, you'll be able to define step-back prompting and explain how the step-back technique improves LLM performance by activating broader knowledge. To do this, we're going to cover a simple two-step process of step-back prompting that explores why taking this kind of step back helps the model generate more insightful and creative responses. All the information, if you're following along on the white paper, is between pages 25 and 28. So what exactly is step-back prompting? This is a technique for improving performance by prompting the LLM to first consider a general question related to the specific task at hand. You then take the answer to that general high-level question and feed it into a second prompt as the context for your original specific task. Essentially, you're asking the model to step back from the immediate problem and first think about the core concepts or principles that underpin it. So why does this work so well? This quote-unquote step back allows the LLM to activate relevant background knowledge and reasoning processes before it tries to solve your specific problem. The goal is to make the model use more of the knowledge it has in its parameters than it would if you had just prompted it directly. This has some great benefits. It encourages the model to think more critically about the topic. It can also help reduce biases in the response by forcing the model to focus on general principles instead of potentially narrow or specific details it might latch onto. The paper provides a good example on this between pages 26 and 28. The user gives a direct prompt: write a one-paragraph storyline for a new level on the first-person shooter video game. The result is going to be pretty generic. It talks about a dense urban area, fighting an enemy faction. It's not very exciting. In the next table, the user takes a step back by asking a broader, more abstract question. What are 5 fictional key settings that contribute to a challenging and engaging level storyline? The AI stops thinking about a specific storyline and instead thinks about a high-level concepts and generates creative ideas like an abandoned military base, a cyberpunk city, underwater research facility. And finally, in the third table, table 10, the user takes a list of those creative themes and uses it as the context for the original request. The prompt now says, here are 5 engaging themes. Take one of those themes, write a one-paragraph storyline, and the result is a much richer and more creative output of a quote-unquote dilapidated underwater research facility, malfunctioning machinery, and gruesome sea monstrosities. The response is far more insightful, and all of that thanks to one immediate step-back prompt. Let's do a quick mental exercise. Imagine you want the AI to write a marketing email for a new brand of running shoes. A direct prompt might give you a generic email. What would be a good step-back question to ask first to get a more creative result? I'll give you a few seconds. A good step-back question could be something like, what are 5 common emotional drivers or key concepts that successful advertisements for athletic footwear often use? By generating abstract ideas first, like speed, endurance, overcoming limits, or personal freedom, your final prompt to write an email will produce even more effective and targeted results. The main thing to remember is that when you need a more insightful and creative response, first ask the AI to step back and think about the general principles or high-level concepts behind your task. Then use that abstract answer as the context for your final and specific prompt. Step-back prompting helps the model access better information, and our next technique will help the model think more clearly. In the next session, we'll dive into one of the most famous and powerful techniques, chain of thought prompting. And this is going to be able to help improve the model's reasoning abilities and even more. Thank you. I'll see you then.